Yes, people, never a foul. You know what it is, man. We're running the intro again. Make sure you are here to smash the like button, even if you're watching this back and this stream isn't even live. You people also count now watching it back, and I would like to even have conversations with you in the comments. So do tell us what it is, but make sure you smash the like button, because today we're going to be doing transfer talk as we usually do in the afternoon. And today's agenda is Vlahovic and Spurs. Kane going out. Is he going to stay? According to Angie Postecoglou, says that he's got him in the plans. Chelsea with the, and Inter Milan with the Lukaku stuff again. Look at Levi Colwill with Liverpool. There's a little bit more of an update on that part, which was interesting. I thought I was reading it and I thought, oh, that's interesting. So there we go. And then Balogun going to Chelsea. Crazy. And there's some other little bits and bobs as well that we shall be informing you guys about. Jordan Henderson. But yeah, big up Kunle in the building. One Touch TV. You can check his link in the description below. Make sure you go check him out. I'll be putting in the comments as well, so you guys can check him out. More like Arsenal content. If you want to see chaos between him and Deji, you know who Deji is by now. But yeah, big up everyone. What are you saying?
Oh yeah, now my people, it's your dark skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, now today you go understand. Alpha, smash the like button, my people. How's everyone doing?
We're doing all right. I'm doing all right.
I'm so glad to have Mo here, the new Mo.
Well, what does that mean?
Hey, you know what that means, Mo. Don't be playing out here. You know what that means.
Yeah. I'm just trying to drink some water, man. What was going on? Wait, I saw an earlier comment before we go into all the transfer stuff. Obviously, everyone big up in there as well. Big up all the members. We've got to try to push for the memberships. I just wanted to add that even people that are watching it back, and you can go and you can join the membership if you want. Other than the WhatsApp thing that I let out loose as well. The membership, the second part of the membership, we'll be giving away Never a Foul merch. So every single month, we'll be giving that free piece of merch to one of our members. And the more they grow, the more merch we give out. That will be coming soon. And there'll be a third little bit at the end of the month that we'll be updating. That membership will be running very, very soon. Other than the calling shows, we'll be back as well. Mo, what happened on the Husam show last night? I need to know.
Nothing. Stuff he kept waffling about. Man United and Onana and Mason Mount and how they play, and then also inverted things. And then he talked about Liverpool, and he said something that Liverpool that is not copying Arsenal. And then we told him that literally Jurgen Klopp said that I saw Arsenal do it, so I just decided to do it, and it worked. And we kept saying that, and he just wouldn't take it. And then someone in the comments kept sending super chats, and then at the end we set a debate between one of the people that was on the show watching and Staffy. It's and he was rattled, bro. He was rattled yesterday.
It's Staffy's fault. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, of course.
Staffy gets rattled easily, though, man. Once he has his agenda, he doesn't move from it, bro.
He doesn't move from it.
Big up Staffy, by the way, guys. Make sure to check his
Staffy,
new Man United channel, right? He has Staffy TV, just short videos, quick and short. Just big up Staffy. Make sure to working hard as well.
Yeah, Staffy's quality, to be fair. But other than that, like I forgot what I was gonna say now, Mo, man. Again, Mo, man. No, not even a transfer thing. It was something else. There was something else I wanted to say. I don't know. You know when it's just. I was thinking of it, and now I can't even. And now I've just forgotten it all of a sudden, and it's getting on my nerves. It
was probably about Mo, and he made you forget, bro.
You know what is Mo? Oh yeah,
it's a beautiful weather here. Like if you see this,
it's brilliant. No one can see it outside.
You can't see it.
So basically, if anyone's actually seen the poll right now as it currently stands, I wrote like the video and guess who will be late today: Moman, Cass, or the guest. We're gonna be doing tally points. Today's lateness, and to be fair, it was 3 minutes late. The guest was late. So one tally goes to the point to the guest being late. And then at the end of the month, right? Every time we do this poll now, we're going to tally up and see who's late. And that means there's no excuses. The late member of the month is either the guest, Mo, Daps, or whoever else it might be. So it's either me, Ty, Daps, Mo, or guest 5 names. And then we'll see who the real culprit is. Yeah? That's what I'm saying. So if we do that, we can tally up and just
All
keep
I'm gonna say, I'm here every day on vacation for the Never Foul people.
Hey Mo, to be honest, he never said it was you, bro. Why are you getting all guilty conscious in that, bro? He was just
Because
making
everybody
a statement.
thinks it's me. It's
Who's
easy thing.
everybody?
These people live together, bro. Past and Daps live together, and then it's the easy blame. It's like, who do we blame? Who blame Mo? He doesn't live with us. He cannot defend himself.
Mo, how
Hey,
dare you?
Mo's just digging deeper and deeper. It's you, my guy. It is definitely you for sure now, because all this you volunteered all these words for no reason, bro.
It's just, it's, you know, you see what he's trying to do here. He sees like 2 white people and he says, yeah, you know what? 2 white people are ganging up on me. That's what it is. He's ganging up on me. We heard now we've heard an excuse for Staffy. Now he's trying to blame it on me and Daps. You're looking guilty, Mo.
Hey, why are you sweating, Mo?
I was here before
Face the
Kunle.
weather.
That's all I know. I was here. All I know is I was here before Kunle. That's all I know.
we'll let the people decide who's late. How about that? As they like the video. Yeah, but let's talk about Vlahovic. Spurs look like they're in the running for him. It's just the off rumor. But it's not the first rumor either. So not the first report. There's another one 2 days ago that was spotted. And I do, and people are now going to obviously think if Kane goes out, Vlahovic comes in, which I think is a decent or good enough replacement in this day and age for a number 9. But then there's obviously this talks with Chelsea as well that want the guy. But then you're seeing Balogun linked to Chelsea, which is kind of, I don't understand that part, but I think Balogun's wicked. It's just another young player that they'll be introducing into the ranks. Do you reckon Vlahovic would be tempted to go to somewhere like Spurs?
No.
Now, be honest. Be honest.
It's not a dig. The problem is, for me, Chelsea, they spend a lot of money. They had recent success as well. They just won the Champions League. And if the guy wants to revive his career, it's very unknown. Listen, just to be honest about Chelsea versus Spurs, it's very unknown for Spurs now. While Chelsea, even though the project is new, they sacked Potter and they got Pochettino. So Pochettino is a known coach. If Ange, with all due respect to Ange, calls you and says, I want you to join my club, and Pochettino calls you, who would you choose? You would choose Postecoglou. You would choose, you made me say it.
Sometimes,
yes, I get why you're saying Spurs, like Madison and stuff like this. But again, Chelsea look like the team that are willing to spend more, the team that are willing to invest more to go back to the top. That's what I would say. I think he would choose Chelsea, to be honest. It's more of an appealing project.
Do you know what? Yeah, and with what we're going off what Mo's saying, like I hear it, but I don't think he should go to either of the clubs. And this is my reason, because it doesn't match up with the stance he had last January. Oh, I'm not going to Arsenal because they're not Champions League and all that stuff. To go to the team that finished 12th and a team that's playing in the Europa League, it doesn't add up. So I personally, if he's the person he said he was last January, I can't see him going to either. But if it's a fall from grace, I'm just trying to make some money thing, then the Spurs move doesn't look bad, because at the end of the day, his moves to London, because it's Vlahovic, they're probably going to pay him stupid amount of money, and he's going to chill. So
because
if he goes to either of those clubs,
because Chelsea is in France. Yes.
No, but I'm saying if he goes to either, I reckon it's a fall from grace for him, because he was doing up big chest when he was at Fiorentina. Oh, I'm not going to a team that's not in the Champions League. So then a year later, you're playing in the Europa or not in Europe at all, bro.
It's
that's
different.
A bad look.
So Kunle, the difference is over the past 6 months or something, Vlahovic, like the form dipped. Juventus themselves, there was a lot of people asking for Allegri's head. A lot of people said the club was run in a terrible way. So his ego and the way he's talking about himself changes. You know what I mean? When the club is not winning, Juventus, with all the problems that are happening in the club, they didn't make the Champions League for the point deduction or whatever. But
so you think he's humbled, Mo? Do you think he's humbled himself?
Exactly. I think he did. He did. He realized, I'm not him, like what Lukaku says. He literally, I think he realized guy. I'm not the guy who is going to be wanted at Man City, Real Madrid. No, he's not. He's like, my moves are limited. Not a lot of people want to pay the fee that Juventus are asking for. He didn't have a great World Cup. He didn't have a great season. So why would he be like thinking, yeah, I'm gonna go to play for a Champions League club and I'm gonna start over somebody? I'm like, I don't think so. I think he's young as well. He's not old. I think he's 23, if I'm not mistaken. So he has a career in front of him, and he has to start somewhere. And Juventus isn't the place at the moment.
No, I don't either. You know what? Tottenham are current. I know they might chase him, which they might be just interested FC at this point, like Man United. But I can see it because I can see.
What's the amount they're saying?
They want 70 million euros, a good bid, a very good bid for them. So about 60 million pounds. Let's say roughly around 60 million, give or take, right? Bayern are interested in him. PSG are now interested in him. Chelsea are interested in him, and now Tottenham are interested in him, which is a lot of competition. And we're seeing Bayern trying to go in for Kane, and that's just going to get rejected. Like Daniel Levy isn't getting up out of his, like he's not getting up to answer that phone for 80 million euros, right?
Crazy.
Plus, whatever add-ons there might be. I just don't see it. They're going to have to be forking around the 90 plus, I'd say. That's when Levy, okay, I'll listen. But I just don't really see this Vlahovic Spurs stuff. Vlahovic Chelsea, yes. But I can he just smells like a Bayern Munich player to me. If there's any project that needs any number 9, right, it's Bayern.
It's Bayern.
I just don't see Vlahovic as a Tuchel type 9.
Yeah, but how many number 9s did Tuchel succeed with?
Who was his 9 at Dortmund? Was it Aubameyang?
Aubameyang.
Yeah, you can say that he was successful, but then since then, Chelsea, we know the stories, and PSG, I don't know who he had.
But when you got,
I'm not sure if he's. To be honest, do you want honesty? I actually don't think he's Bayern level at the moment.
I don't think Bayern's really got much of a choice. Do you want Choupo-Moting up front, or do you want I don't know.
Remember, Bayern Munich can grab anybody from the Bundesliga.
Kolo Muani, maybe.
Who?
Muani.
Who do they grab?
I don't know. I don't watch the Bundesliga. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I watch the Bundesliga. Yeah, you know what I mean? But I'm sure there are strikers out there in the Bundesliga that they can grab. This is what I think. Why would
but Mo, we've not heard about them, so there probably isn't. Because we would, if there was that striker, even if you don't watch Bundesliga, you probably would have heard his name. Other than Muani,
or
I've
maybe
not really heard of
we're
any
too
strikers.
consumed with the Premier League.
I don't know,
but I think, to be honest, with Chelsea, Pochettino developed Harry Kane. I think he can develop him as well. Vlahovic, supporting cast around him. If they get Caicedo as well, they have a decent midfield with Kunle behind him. I think it will work. I think this will be good for him if he moves to Chelsea. Maddison is a good option for him behind him as well. But I feel like Son has fallen apart. Richarlison has fallen apart. Kulusevski, is he really a winger? Remember, when he was at Juventus, he wasn't great. Say it again?
But how long are they falling apart for? We can say that a lot about the whole Chelsea team. I don't think Son's done and dusted. I don't think Richarlison's done and dusted either. They played under a manager who just plays criminal football. And I don't know, just doesn't suit them. Yes, it works on transition in the first part, but after a while, you can see even saw Hazard get less interested under Conte. You saw all these players get less interested under Conte.
But Son's done, Kaz. Come on, man. Son's
you're
done.
Saying,
at the top level, anyway. At the top level, not that he's finished as a footballer. He's not going to be hitting 20 goals a season anymore. He's not that Son.
What you picked from Kansas State is that you didn't comment on Richarlison. Like, you think like Son is done is the thing to comment on.
Son was the first one. I was gonna continue. I was gonna break it down, but step by step. So yes, I think Son is done in terms of I can't see him doing 20 plus goal contributions in the Premier League anyway. I don't think he's that Son. Get you 12 maybe now and again. I think he should probably be moved into a centre forward now because I don't think he's got that explosiveness as he used to have either.
I also thought that. By the way, Son is 31 years old. He just turned 31. A couple of days ago, so he's a year younger in career. Doesn't mean he's a year younger anywhere else in the world. I know he's been playing on injury for a whole season, and all that kind of stuff. But I think he can't do any worse than he did. That's all I'm going off of. Son's not going to do any worse. I don't think. There's no way Richarlison can do any worse than last season.
Yeah,
one goal, and that was even in the Premier League. Was it? You can't do worse.
0 goals.
No, minus 2 goals.
Come on, bro.
Own goals, maybe. That's how it gets worse.
I swear you think of you swear I'm kidding. I don't think Richarlison is a good footballer at all.
Yeah, but you're judging
Like,
him
at
off,
all, bro.
You're judging him
Yeah,
off
but can he be effective, Mo? He's not a great
No,
footballer, but he can be
I
effective.
don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, but you're
Like, I
judging
judge players based on their listen, I've been wrong before, right? With Wan-Bissaka, one of the most recent ones is Wan-Bissaka. Okay. But this guy Richarlison is a striker. If he had the talent, we would have seen it at least. The first touch, passes.
You remember his goal in the World Cup, bro?
Anything.
Yeah, you forgetting that goal in the World Cup?
Yeah, a lot. Mustafa Haji scored an overhead kick in '98.
Hey, Mustafa, I had you as a baller. Don't disrespect Mustafa.
No, what I mean is that like anybody can do things like this. Said Al Iran scored a wonder goal in the 1994 World Cup. What I mean is that scoring that goal doesn't mean you're a good footballer. Every time I'm seeing this guy, his first touch isn't good. His passing isn't elite. He has no vision whatsoever. I think he compensates with all of this with looking like a tough guy on the pitch. That's it.
No, but this is the thing. I just don't think Spurs are the right club for him personally. He needs to be at that scrappy, kind of scrapping for relegation type club where the fans can get behind him because he shows a little bit about him, gets in, frustrates the opposition. That's the player. That's the team for him. Like, not Spurs that are trying to probably play good football.
But imagine. But back to the Vlahovic stuff. If he goes to Chelsea, they could be getting the link-up play with Dybala and Vlahovic as a package for about 65 million potentially, 70 million. That's Kai Havertz money right there. It's done. That's good business.
If I'm Vlahovic, I'd rather go to Spurs than Chelsea right now.
If I'm Vlahovic, I'd rather go to Bayern Munich.
I just think you're scared of him going to Chelsea, Kunle.
Well, bruv, I guarantee you for the next 2 years, Chelsea do not worry me in the slightest, bro.
No.
The slightest.
So
I've said it more than once. They don't in the slight. They'll play some good football, but they're not getting top 4 for the next 2 years. Remember where you heard it first.
You should be worried about Chelsea.
So why are you saying that? Sorry. So why are you saying that? If they get a striker and they have a Caicedo, what are the signs? Again,
look, they finished 13th and they're starting from scratch, bro. Then it's not like they have a blueprint that Poch is going to play off. He's starting from scratch. So he will start from scratch. And what will happen towards the back end of the season, they'll be playing some quality football. I'm not saying Chelsea aren't going to be balling. They'll be playing some sick football, but not good enough to get top 4.
Wait, hold up. I'm going to compare 12th to 8th. Arteta started with your club from scratch and took 3.5 years to get where he needs to be. Why can Poch and Chelsea with a better squad at this current moment of time not get to where they need to be as well? You said in 2 years, it took Arteta 3.5 with now 600 plus 650 million or whatever the hell it is. I don't really care where it is.
And where did Arteta finish in his first season?
8th.
Yeah, I'm talking about they won't get top 4. We're still the same place.
Yeah, but in 4 seasons, you've got 8th, 5th, and then 2nd. In 2 years, Chelsea are going to have more money spent, a better squad. You could arguably say the better manager as well.
And that's why in year 3 they're going to be doing the thing, but as in for the next 2 years, nothing, bro.
Not 2 now, it's 3 years. All right.
So I said 2 years. So the next 2 seasons they're not getting Champions League football. In year 3, then they're going to start really flourishing.
They can't get 5th place.
So they get if
can you get Champions League with 5th place?
Now you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So if he can get a tune out of Raheem Sterling, who's experienced enough. Caicedo and Enzo, assuming they're going to get that. Chilwell and Reece James. They get someone like Vlahovic, who played at a top club like Juventus, and Kunku, one of the best stars of the Bundesliga. You think it will take a lot of time for them to gel together?
The fact that you gave me like 7 ifs just now is enough for me to know that, I'm still right. If this happens and that happens, and maybe that happens and that happens, maybe. But there's too many ifs in your argument.
No, bro. But it's more likely than not. Isn't it?
I disagree.
I don't know. I think we're doing a lot of revisionism of how a club used to act compared to what they're trying to do now. Like, clearly Todd B failed in his first year. Now he's letting his workers do the work. Man United used to spend silly money on just Maguires and stuff. And yes, they spent silly money on Anthony. But now they're trying to do good deals. You could say, I don't know. Other than Mason, it's trying to get. It's like you can't. You can't.
I hear it.
Club and then not use it for another club. That's all I'm trying to say. You can't just say this club still does this just because your club's been doing better in like the last 3 years. Like,
no, for sure.
You could even say like even Liverpool. Like, yes, they don't spend stupid, but they went and spent a package of 85 million on Darwin Núñez for his first season of 30 goals. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Stupid money.
Yeah, I hear you. but I'm really basing it off the mess that Bowley's created, bro. Like we can't get away from that. He's created an
Yes.
absolute mess, and not
Yes.
one Chelsea fan could tell me they're starting 11 for their first match of the season at this point. So there's a lot to pick.
We can disagree with the way they handle business. We can disagree when saying that what they did is whatever. Like, they're spending all that money, rebuilding the squad that quick is something that we haven't seen before. We can disagree with that. But footballing wise, I think if they get the players they're linked in, they'll be a scary team for anybody. Under a manager like Pochettino, maybe they won't win the title, but you wouldn't want to face Chelsea. If they
are they going to finish in the top 4, Mo? That's what I'm asking. I don't disagree with what you said. I'm talking about top 4 specifically.
They have a big chance. Yes, they have a chance. Yes, they're not.
I'll ask you point blank.
I wouldn't. Okay, so I wouldn't be looking at them. I don't read the future, but I wouldn't be looking at them as an outsider club. If they get, again, I'm going to say, if they get a striker, Caicedo, I wouldn't be looking at Chelsea as an outsiders. I'd be looking at Chelsea as the real contenders for the top 4. This is just based on
this is what I'm saying.
On the pitch and a coach.
Let Chelsea do all the ifs that Mo's told me that if they do this and that, then maybe we can have a different conversation. Maybe.
You're saying, well, I just told you 2 ifs that are more likely to happen. I told you
wait.
You get a Caicedo and a striker.
Last part then, before, just to move on from the Chelsea chat before we talk about Balogun a bit later. But Man United finished 6th, and it was a horrible 6th or 5th, whatever it was, right? Last year. And they still got top 4. And you could arguably say that Chelsea on paper probably got a better squad overall, right? They got more cover in better positions. They got good fullbacks in every position.
Second best squad in the league, I thought, last season.
So with Chelsea now, with what they're currently building and what they're going to get in the future as well, because they will spend, why can they not get top 4? Why is it an impossible job when they got 1 game a week, not Europa League?
It's not impossible, but in year 1, I think it's too much of an ask for Poch to do. In year 1, top 4 anyway, top 4. If you're telling me top 6, that's a different conversation. Top 4, not a chance for me.
I don't know about that, man, because Man United got top 4 in Eric Ten Hag's first season. And
do you rate Poch and Ten Hag the same way?
Well, when you gave Pochettino the tools to do what he needed to do to get top 4s with Tottenham consistently, Tottenham.
No, but yes or no is the question I asked you. Is he as good as Ten Hag?
I don't think Poch is no miracle worker, but I think he has a good chance, a very good chance, a high chance.
Kaz, stop dancing around the question I asked you. Is he better than Ten Hag?
As a manager,
or as good as?
Not for me, no chance. But I think he's better than Eddie Howe. I think he's just as good as an Arteta, but I think Arteta's just got obviously the more better squad at the moment. Actually, no, I don't know anymore. Actually, I think Arteta, I might rate him a bit more than Poch. Like he's not far off. Like,
but there's so many doubts in your mind about Poch, though, Kaz. Doesn't that tell you a lot?
But I've never seen Poch with an able squad, and you can say PSG, but PSG is a mess.
Bro, they finished 2nd to freaking Lille, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah,
even with the mess, bro.
But they're a mess. Like they're a mess. Like the Poch that inherited that, he was a mess. But anyways, man, we can keep doing this all day. Talking of Newcastle, though, I saw a link the other day, and I was very baffled. And I'm thinking, this smells. Harvey Barnes is looking like he's going to be joining that club. I don't know for how much yet, but it's got to be between 40 and 50 million, right? If Madison went for that money, he went for that money too.
I'm sorry, Cass. Before we move on, can I? I'm sorry. I could just keep. I'm sorry. Before we move on, I want to just get this straight.
Oh yeah, and do the super chat.
Kunle, you think that Arteta is a better manager than Pochettino?
What's the difference? What's actually, to be fair, what's the difference?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I said Kunle, yes.
Do I think Arteta's a better manager than Pochettino? Yeah, I do.
Okay, why are you saying that? Based on what?
In terms of style of play and the progression of the squad over the last few years. But the ability to deal with pressure.
Okay, but Pochettino dealt with 2 windows without transfers, developed Harry Kane to be one of the best strikers the country has ever seen, reached a Champions League final, challenged for the league once, like your coach, and spent 5 years. So logically, Pochettino has done probably the same, or if not better job than Arteta a weaker club, which is Spurs, than Arsenal.
When he didn't sign someone for 2 windows, where did they finish?
In the Champions League spots, still.
Where did they? I'd like to know. Like, can comment section let us know?
I
where
actually
they
can't
Anyways,
remember.
I would
in
say
the
that-
Champions League, I know we want to move on, but I just wanted to say that you're an Arsenal fan. I'm sure you see Arteta as the best coach. Oh,
No, I don't.
Anyway.
I thought Poch has just been overrated for too long. Like, because you got to a Champions League final and did nothing there. I mean, I don't understand. Like, you got top 4, great. You lost the league to Lille, for goodness sake, man. And you have $1 billion
to be honest,
team, bro.
I don't disagree.
I just think the pressure at Chelsea would be too much for him.
I don't see Poch as an elite coach because he had a chance to get them over the line, but he didn't do it. But so did Arteta. Both
and he's
are
not an elite
similar.
coach.
So Arteta isn't an elite coach as well.
I never once called him an elite coach, bro.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This ain't a debate. This ain't a debate show, man.
Okay,
Sorry.
Chelsea says here, Niak says Chelsea win multiple UCL winners, or with multiple UCL winners and quality players already in the squad get top 6 this season. Goal was top 4 in a trophy. Our rebuild is not like Arsenal's with a laughing emoji, he says as well. That's what I said. I think it's a bit of a different because you get money now, innit? You're spending all that money what Arteta spent in the space of what? What Arteta's done in 4 years, Chelsea did in 1 window and a half.
Spending wise, but like, is there anyone that they signed that you're specifically scared of?
I'm not too sure. Kingsley says, I wonder how Arteta does with 2 windows without signings.
Good thing we don't have to find that out, Kingsley. Cheers, though.
True.
No. With some signings, he will drop from 4th. We'll bottle the 4th to 5th to Spurs.
Yeah, maybe. I just think Chelsea's just got a wicked squad, and it has
we'll never know.
The style of players that I think that can work under Poch will be very, very surprising. Guys, by the way, there is nearly 600 of you in here and 124 likes. You know what to do. Make sure you like the video, man. Come on, guys. Let's do your thing. You know where it is. You know how to exit your live chat. You don't have to see everyone. It takes 2 seconds to exit, and it takes only half a second to click that thumb. You know, the thing that looks like that. So if that's not lit, then you know you haven't done your job. Have you done your job? That's the question. Back to the Harvey Barnes part, right? If it is 30 million, I like it. If it's 50 million, 40 million, I don't like it. But the thing is, I like it because I think Harvey Barnes is a decent player. But what I don't understand is you're trying to be a Champions League club. Harvey Barnes is mid, bro. Like, no, actually, no. He's good. He's just a good player. And when I think of that left-hand side, it doesn't put fear factor into me like Saint Maximin. Like, Saint Maximin doesn't get the numbers. I don't care about the numbers. I have eyes, yeah? I have eyes, right? When Saint Maximin was playing in that final against Delo, I had fear. I was scared. I saw Delo get chopped up until halftime. Wan-Bissaka had to come in and deal with the guy, yeah? And I know Saint Maximin gets injured and he kind of screams Champions League for me. But if you're going to come up against me in the Champions League or now in the Premier League and I see Harvey Barnes and Anthony Gordon as your left-hand side options, I'm laughing. That's all I'm trying to go across. And I know he had as much numbers in some part or as what. I don't care about the numbers. It's what I see. And I think he's good, but I don't think he's levels. He reminds me of like a Aston Villa type player, an Everton maybe if when they were doing good or something that's just above mid-table, you could say, that's going to thrive, but not where Newcastle need to be. I wonder how many other class footballers that you can find out there for about 30, 35 million, maybe 40 million on the wing these days. There's some decent aspects or prospects. And that's just all I'm going across. So I'd rather try to spend 40 million on Elise if possible. And if not, put some add-ons to it. Like people, if you're going to put potential in it, because Barnes, you're buying for the Barnes for now, in my opinion. Yeah, you're buying his quality for now. But I just don't see where the ceiling is. I just don't think the ceiling is very, very high. And I know Mo used to rate him until we actually saw him properly in live and tried to compare him to Rashford, and Rashford blew him away. He's not Rashford. Rashford's got that factor in him where you know he's going to be dangerous. You know in Europe he's going to be dangerous. Harvey Barnes ain't that guy. Not for me anyways. And especially not Anthony Gordon, man. Princess Diana.
No, I was surprised. Like, I hate everything you're saying is spot on. I was surprised to hear how many goal contributions he had this season past, though.
Yeah,
he had like, double figures or something. So look, you're right. He's a decent signing, but if they want to sustain Champions League and go to that next level, he's not going to be the guy that you're going to get excited about and praise. But for that money, 30, 40 million, I don't know who they buy on the wing. I don't know the players. You might, or comment section might, but I don't know a winger for 30, 40 million that's going to push you on to that next level. And I guess they just went with Premier League proven with big numbers. 30 million, though, as you said, 30, 40 million is decent for Harvey Barnes. But anything more than that, as you said, is ludicrous, bro.
Yeah, I don't understand him. Gordon got played the tournament on the under 20. There's no way Anthony Gordon played a tournament for the under 21s. This is what I mean. Don't get sucked into the accolades. Watch the guy. He played in striker and he was arse and cheeks. Like let's call it for what it is. He's not good. Anyway, the thing is, I look at Newcastle, right, and when they put Isaac on the wing, I'm thinking like, yeah, you know what, this is a dangerous day now. But then you Callum Wilson, but then they're light. Let's say Callum Wilson gets injured. If I've got Princess Diana or Harvey Barnes, and then I look on the other side and I see what's his name, Almiron, and who's the backup to Almiron? I don't even know who the next right winger is.
Jacob Murphy.
I'm not scared, and I just feel like we've been praising Newcastle for like their transfer activity so far, the way they got. And I just don't scream you're trying to get top 4 with Harvey Barnes.
Kaz, you're actually spot on because they need that next marquee. I know Tonali, they did a thing with Tonali, but as I was saying towards the end of last season, players like Almiron, we're never going to see a season like we saw last season from him again. Personally, I don't believe we will. What's his name? What's the Brazilian guy again?
Joe
Linton. I don't see him getting better than what he showed us last season, personally. I might be proved wrong, but these are two players I think played outside their ability and they won't reach that level again. Kind of similar to what Lingard did at West Ham for a little bit. I knew he wasn't going to replicate that the next season. So they do need to get that exciting signing that gets people off their seats and a better version of Sam Maximin because he's good for the dribbling, but when it comes to the end product, he's trash.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just expect a little bit better. Like I think they'll just go for a reach to go get, let's say, a Moussa Diaby maybe, like for 50 minutes along them lines.
I actually think that Eddie Howe will take Harvey Barnes to a next level, like what he did with Willock and how he improved Fabian Schär and how he improved most of the people at that club. To be honest, yes, I watched him live. I didn't like him that much, but every time I'm watching the guy, he has something. There is a reason why he was called to the England national team, right? He's a good player. He got terrible injury that stopped him from playing football for a year. Came back, still produced numbers. Yes, forget the stats and everything, but he is him and Madison were the only bright things at Leicester in a terrible season that they got relegated. So I think 30 million is very cheap, actually, for this guy. Very cheap. And Eddie Howe thinks that he can improve the guy and he can take him to the next level, or he was supposed to do when he was 23 before he got injured. So be it. I don't see what is wrong with that signing.
No, 30 million is a risk worth taking.
Exactly. They say they don't have the money to do another signing like Tonali. So they're going for a cheaper option that has potential. 25 years old, has been playing football regularly lately and good enough to play in the Premier League. So why not? Played close to the top when they got 5th. With Brendan Rodgers, you remember 2 seasons in a row, got 5th, bottled the 4th place. So they were there and thereabout all season. So he has that experience. So maybe I don't get it. What is wrong with it? I know you don't like him, but there is potential there. And Eddie Howe is the guy to unlock that potential. Maybe
I don't know. Go get Shirky or something. Someone that's got a high ceiling. It could be loads of. I'm thinking Champions League. I'm not thinking Brexit. It just smells of Brexit. Like so many English talent that's not even the best of talent in my opinion. This is just opinion, right? And I'm just going along them lines. I'm thinking Champions League quality, and I'm thinking there must be some players out there that could do you a better job than maybe Harvey. But of course, we could be proven wrong all the time. Geordie Toon, where's your trophy for 3rd? Geordie, where's the trophy where we beat you in the final when it mattered? Allow it, man. You got your Trafalgar Square trophy because you sung the loudest in London. Good for you. But I just don't understand it. I just feel like you got your left-hand side in Anthony Gordon. You spent big bucks on him, 45 million, whatever it was. And I just don't understand why you'd want another one of those in the left because it just screams average. I just feel like we praise Newcastle for their scouting. And I thought Tonali, sick. And then I thought of other stuff as well. Like they're just doing everything correct. I just don't understand that part. You might as well go spend 40 million on the Madison to give you better creativity for Gordon then. I just don't. That's just my logic behind it. And I'm just not a guy that rates Harvey Barnes. I just don't rate none of their wingers. Now,
Now
if
Harvey
I just don't rate it.
Harvey's he's a decent baller, man. 30 million is a risk worth taking, to be fair. And I can see him getting double figures GA again next season. But if we're talking about moving Newcastle to that consistent top four, I don't. That's like as was Cass saying. I don't believe Harvey Barnes is the player that's going to help them get there. But I see him doing a job at Newcastle, and I see him playing well, double figures. I can see him doing that. But is that going to be the level to take them to Champions League consistency? I don't know.
Anthony Gordon, let's be honest, he's not that great. The guy's meaty, anyways. I don't know. You could for someone else. Who?
Anthony Gordon.
Anthony Gordon.
Yeah,
he's not good. Man. He's really not good.
Bro. I don't know how they got that money for him. Wash.
Yeah.
Another, you know what? Anthony Gordon. Another what is it called? Emotions merchant. You know, gets on the pitch, keeps like fighting, yelling, screaming. I'm like, you're trying to instead of playing football, you're trying to look like the tough guy. You know what I mean? You're compensating with everything that you lack with that being tough guy and like fighting and pushing people. I'm like, stop it. Just play football. Show the people your level without fighting.
I just feel Newcastle fans need to realize where they want to be sometimes. And yeah, sometimes you need to do a mid-signing kind of to get to that extra further step. And they might even do so with a bad boy right winger. If they go get a bad boy right winger, like a Musa Diaby or something like that, then I'm like, you know what? That whole tune for Harvey Barnes changes in an instant. Are we talking about them not having enough to go and spend on something like that? They might want to address another area. They're still trying to get Livramento. They probably still need another left back and all that kind of stuff. I just feel like they can just be a little bit more ambitious as fans. And I know it's because they've been in the mud for so long, like, and all that, and they've just come up and done it. And where do you want to be? And if that was me, I'd be unhappy personally. That's all I'm trying to go across. I don't believe in Gordon. Don't believe in his potential. Don't want to give him a chance. I just don't think he's that good. And I think Harvey Barnes is the better player, to be fair. And maybe they've recognized that. Maybe Newcastle recognized that straight away. You know, even him getting unhappy walking off the pitch or something. I don't know, but there's still a lot of window to go. So I just don't understand.
We stop this under 21 thing. I've seen a lot of players shine in an under 21 tournament, World Cups, Africa, in Europe, and then they're now not even professional. So just stop this.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to call out some hypocrites here. I won't say for names somewhere in the chat right now. They're all laughing like, oh, everyone thought we had no budget. Well, right now it looks like you got a budget. And a very short budget. And I thought you had a lot more to spend. That's what we thought. No, that's what we got told. You had a much more budget. It was all fake, right? Okay. And I'm not trying to be unfair on Newcastle. I just want, like, to be fair, I kind of want them to get better players. I think it's better for the league. I don't want to see Man City thrive anymore. I'm sick of it. And I just think like Newcastle could just be that team to just, you know, to keep going forward and maybe. And I'm not really a big fan of Newcastle. I don't really like their hype. Yeah, I got a little bit of an agenda against them. But I think I'm being reasonable. I just don't think I think Harvey Barnes is just a good player and will always just be that good player. You know? And that's it.
Now, yeah, with Newcastle, I just think they've snuck into the top four this year in terms of what I mean by nobody expected it to happen. I believe if they just sign players like Harvey Barnes, they're gonna get back into a top 6 side again rather than sustain their position in that top 4. But he is a good player. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. I suppose maybe the idea is what Mo said, isn't it? They need to spend on these sort of players before they go massive again. But I just feel like does this current squad scream top 5, top 6? No, top 5 for you at the moment? Maybe.
If they got top 6 last season, then this is a great signing. But they got top 4.
Yeah.
Like I feel everybody around at the moment, everybody around Newcastle are improving with a faster way or a better way than Newcastle, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, who knows?
Declan Rice, like I say, though, even you getting Onana, like I feel like Gavardiol going for City. I think everybody around there, Liverpool, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Newcastle, Tonali is good, but the rest of who they're linked with are like, you're really going forward, but you're going forward very slow. Everybody around you just racing.
Yeah. Someone that they can take if they want to. Harry Maguire, he's available if you want. That's up to you. Showdown talks. He just needs to go. I don't really want to even talk about Harry Maguire. There's no point. We're just going to be slandering him this whole show for the next 5 minutes, right? But everything still points towards a little bit of Chelsea, Liverpool at the moment chasing Colwill. I saw something in the report earlier, right, that Colwill can leave. Pochettino needs to talk to him first and see where his head's at and everything. But they say he said if someone doesn't want to be here, they can leave. So he also said if Colwill pushes for a move to leave, he can actually leave. But I just don't know his price. I know some say though, I think I saw someone, the Chelsea fan said I'll accept like 65 million, 70 million. I'm thinking, nah, take him to the races. I would be putting an 80 million price tag on him. He just won an under 21 trophy the first time since what? When? The 80s or 70s? Something like that. 74, 75? I don't know. But I saw Levi Colwill available that he can leave if he wants to leave. And you see all these Liverpool fans digging up all these likes as well, that he's been liking all the Liverpool stuff. He's clearly a Liverpool fan. He likes the club. Do you reckon Liverpool might go for him? Do you reckon he might push for a move, even though there is space to play since Badiashile is injured? We spoke about it yesterday.
Kunle.
I don't think he'll push for the move, but I do feel that Liverpool will go in for him. I don't know what happens then where it might get him. I don't know. I just think he might just say, okay, I've gone off a great season loan at Brighton. He was at Brighton last season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a very good season.
And the whole goal was to break into the Chelsea first team. And it looks like I'm closer to it than ever before now. Maybe I see it out first, because that's the whole reason I went on loan in the first place, before I make a decision. I think maybe he does that. But I still think Liverpool, they need a centre-back, so they're probably going to bid for him.
I don't think anybody's going to bid 80 million for Levi Colwill.
Definitely not 80
Nobody.
mil.
Definitely not 80 million pounds. 60 million pounds for him is too much. Nobody's going to take that risk with 60 million pounds for a centre-back. Not now.
Well, you say that, but they signed for someone from Southampton for 70 million, and no one knew how good this guy was going to be, called Van Dijk. Are we not talking about Van Dijk's potential successor?
I don't know that much about
one.
Colwill. I watched Colwill many times, like let's say 10 times, 15 times. He's good. Are you going to put 70 million for a player that might not even start for it? Van Dijk in 2018, when he joined Liverpool, completely changed the way they play. Just first game, right away. But Colwill goes to Liverpool, he doesn't even start. He doesn't.
We're talking about
he has to fight for a place.
Why does he have to? No, he doesn't.
No, but if they pay 70, 60 million for him, he's going straight in, my guy.
Exactly, but they can't, because he plays left centre back and it's Van Dijk there. They're never going to bench Van Dijk.
But just because Van Dijk's playing left doesn't mean they won't put him on the right and say just adapt to it, because that would have to be the case. Maybe his turning's a little bit more slow, of course, over Asian periods and stuff like that. I don't think he would slot him right next to Van Dijk and learn off of Van Dijk in a back four and all this kind of stuff, like a proper way, play higher up. We're talking about a guy that's as old as Saliba, has potential as much as Saliba, has much as potential as Gavardio. We're talking about one, like, when you think of top 5 young centre-backs in world football under the age of 21, that's going to probably get to that point. How many are there, and how many can you name me? And I can only name probably about 5.
Okay. Can I ask you something? Gavardio played at the World Cup, started for Croatia, semi-finalist. Weren't they?
I think he played left back too. Remember that?
Okay. So I'm just going to give you the comparison between the players. Yes, Colwill might have potential, but he played for Brighton. Saliba, we only saw Saliba when he challenged for the title of the Premier League with Arsenal. Right? Gavardio plays for RB Leipzig, played for the Croatian national team, starting left centre back. You cannot compare Colwill, who played half the season at Brighton and won an under-21 European Championship with England. You cannot compare these three together. They might have the same ceiling, right? But based on the experience and what they achieved already, right? They are incomparable. Colwill has 0 caps in the first England national team. Gavardio has plenty in a major tournament like a World Cup. Saliba challenged for the title, played every game at Arsenal. You cannot compare.
Some World Cup minutes as well, man.
I think Saliba.
You cannot compare them. That's what I mean. You can't.
Saliba and Gavardio are on exactly the same bracket, I think, in terms of young defenders. That's going to be the next world beaters in world football. But then I look at the bracket just underneath that, and that's okay. See, that's still okay.
Is it just underneath it, though?
No, I think Colwill's just underneath them. I'm talking about under 21 centre-backs in world football currently. That's all I'm trying to... Not anyone that's 22, 23. I'm saying he's just that level bit below. But you look at Colwill, and I look, and he reminds me of Fofana when he was that first season for Leicester before his mad injuries and all that kind of stuff. You're talking about Fofana like, bro, we cannot...
And that turned out to be very okay.
Yeah, because he got injured, Mo. and he was at
Yeah,
Leicester.
I hear you what you said.
Chelsea have always had good defenses typically. Liverpool have always had good defenses typically. Klopp will mold this guy into the next best thing. I guarantee it. He can play football from the back. He's strong. He's tall. Did you not watch the under? I know he's only under 21, yeah, right?
I don't.
And
I didn't.
Only thing about the strikers did not even want to press him. That says a lot,
brother.
I get
all
what
I'm
you're
saying is
Cass. What I mean is that I get all of what you're saying is great, but I'm saying Saliba now is considered an established center back.
That's what I'm saying. He's
Guardiola is an established center back. Colwill himself isn't even guaranteed a starting spot at Chelsea yet.
That's
so
why
we cannot put them close to each other. I see the potential under 21. Yes, has all the potential in the world, but he's not an established player yet. Even for Fofana, I think at that time he was called to the French national team from Leicester.
Yeah,
Colwill isn't yet. He isn't in the England national team yet.
Yeah, he will be.
He's beating Harry Maguire into
when
the team
he
right
will
now,
be, we'll talk about
Gareth Southgate likes a back three.
And he's still not calling him up, bro.
No one said. I know. I said he's like in the scenario of the best under 21 CBs. I never said he's on the bracket of Saliba or Gavardio. I said he's just underneath in terms of potential. We always talk about potential. You buy for potential these days. Colwill is the next best thing in CBs.
80 million for potential. That's
Rico
what you
Lewis.
want.
Rico Lewis is 18, and I guarantee in the next 2 years he's going to be one of the best right backs in the Premier League. You know, like things like that. Just because the age, Foden is 22 years old, and he's one of the best footballers in Europe. And I know he became established a different way, but Colwill can clearly play in a high caliber team.
Foden's one of the best midfielders in Europe, yeah?
Yes.
In terms of what? Top 10, top 20? What?
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to go through a lot of names in the position that he plays.
He's definitely not in the top 10, though. You know that.
Behind the forward. Oh, hold on. Foden.
Let's not do that. Don't. I don't want to go into another.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole different stream.
Anyways, what I'm just trying to say is Colwill improves Liverpool. I think he got better potential than Konate, and it's okay to rotate with Konate as well at the same time. Konate, another defender who's got that bracket, if he just loses a little bit of that bozo gene, right, can become one of the best centre backs in Europe. And I think, how old is Konate, by the way?
I think 24, if I'm not mistaken.
Like about 24? 23? No, he's 24 years old. Again, it's a good age, but he's not 20. He's got 4 years on him.
Hey,
you know, Colwill. That's all I'm trying to go across of.
You can still have a successful career with a bozo gene, bro. Ask Sergio Ramos.
Let me say another thing then, because Arsenal fans think Balogun is rated around 40 and Arsenal are rumored to want 50 million for Balogun. Another guy that's now linked with Chelsea. Right, and I like Balogun. I've seen him in a few games. I'm not going to say loads of games. No one watches Reims. No one watches them. But in a few games that you can catch and you get lucky and you see a good performance, Balogun is, I think, again, is the potential and will become one of the best strikers in world football in 4 or 5 years. It's a different bracket. I think he's that good, right? He's got the qualities that I like in a, you know, like Evan Ferguson. The way I rate Evan Ferguson, I think Balogun's got them exact same qualities, right? Now, we're not going to say like he's not being established yet. You can't say that. But these days, that's all you've got to go off of strikers. And I think Balogun is worth the 40, 50 million potentially, because that's where I think he's going to become. Broja, again, I think he's got them qualities, again, to be worth the 40, 50 million. Do you want to keep him, Kunle? He's your player.
Yeah.
You know about him more than me, probably.
Balogun must stay at Arsenal. Sell Eddie. Sell Chelsea, Eddie Nketiah. That old boy, you know what I mean? He scored against them a couple times. Send Eddie, because Balogun must stay here. Please. It just doesn't make sense. He's had multiple opportunities, and we can see Eddie's just not there. He's a Crystal Palace, Brighton, West Ham type striker. Balogun has proved himself. He's sky high. He's just been called up to the US national team. I think he scored in his second game, which was a friendly or whatever. They're probably going to make him he's in line to become the poster boy of the next World Cup, because America don't have any freaking number 9s anyway. Plus, we have an American owner. So it just all adds up to make sense. Give him a chance this season. Sell Eddie. Give Balogun a chance this season and see where it goes.
We're glad to pre-season. He's on course to go in. Currently, he's heading to pre-season with Arteta. But he wants first team football. He wants to be the first team player. Now, of course, you got to work for that. But as long as you get a few promises, that might be the case. But he ain't going to sign no new contract, is he? Until he sees that, probably. And all I want to say is, let's just say Kolo Muani goes to PSG. Let's say Vlahovic goes to, I don't know, PSG. Vice versa, Bayern Munich, PSG. What other strikers are you going to go get out there? And this is where Chelsea fans, you got to think of what else is out there. What can you go get? There's nothing. You got to wait. See, the strikers, it's a dying market. There's nothing great out there. Every other striker you're going to tell me is potential. And that's it.
Yeah.
Who's making the noises?
Guys, before we move on from this, please give us the likes. Guys, come on. Looks like this simple. You have your live chat. You close the live chat. The like button is right there. You can see it. It's right there. It's simple.
Thanks for liking the video, man.
Please, guys, hit that like button. Let's get us to 300 likes. Over 650 of you here. How are we not on 300 likes? Come on, guys.
If they give me the 65M back from Havertz, I'll consider the Balogun thing. But other than that, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, maybe. Again, yeah, Gonzalo Ramos. But again, we're talking about potential there, Turkish. Like, it's all potential these days. That's what you're going to buy. So Balogun will be someone that's, like, you know, people are going to be, like, seek after him. Seek after his services, potentially. But yeah, man. What do you think? Do you reckon this is concrete interest, or can we rubbish this off? Do you reckon Chelsea don't want him? You're muted.
I think Chelsea are just looking at strikers, so I wouldn't say they don't want him. Like, they're looking at everyone. They're just trying to get someone in. I need a number 9 better than Aubameyang and Lukaku. So they're probably speaking to everyone. I wouldn't be surprised if next week they're linked to Højlund and a few other man them. So I definitely believe Chelsea are getting in touch with him, but I don't know, man. Drop me 60, 65M, then we can talk. Other than that, just pipe down, Chelsea. Relax, man.
Last one I wanted to talk about, which Liverpool fans want. Jordan Henderson to leave. Again, linked with Steven Gerrard, you know, again, and whatnot. And I saw another report saying Henderson's not going nowhere. Should he get rid? Should right now, currently, with all the young talent that could potentially be coming into Liverpool, should they get rid of someone like Jordan Henderson this season?
No, no. He still has something to offer. I think off the pitch, even for 30 minutes on the pitch, I don't think they should let him go. They lack experience in that midfield without Henderson. They should have him. Milner left. Thiago probably will leave. I think they should keep Henderson. The captain now. Doesn't matter how many minutes the guy gets. You need him. And sometimes I see Henderson on the pitch. He has something to offer. He isn't that old. People think that Henderson was like 37, 38. He isn't. All Liverpool were broken last year. To be honest, let him stay for the next year. And then you see how he develops McAllister, how he helps Szoboszlai settle down. I think he's the captain. Like, people think that the disrespect on Henderson is mad, bro. Like get him out. He's terrible.
It is crazy. He's crazy.
It's crazy.
He's done what Gerrard could never do, bro.
Captain the club, going for a quad. Yes, nearly done a quad. Captain the club for 3 Champions League finals. No, seriously, the disrespect on Henderson. People forget that Henderson was running that midfield just in 2021 when they were going for the quad. He was considered one of the best midfielders at that time. It doesn't matter if his touch is bad. He used to run a lot, work hard. He still has something to offer. The whole club was shambles last year. It's ridiculous how people are like, yeah, get him out. Okay, so you're gonna have kids just playing football? That's what you want?
I think him and Milner were kind of father figures in that Liverpool squad. So now Milner's gone. You want to get rid of Henderson the same year? I just think it'd be silly to do it. He's probably not going to get as many minutes as he got this season, but it's not even about that. It's about his presence, as Mo was saying, his presence, his leadership, what he can build to settle in these new players like McAllister and Szoboszlai. I know who not coming to a new country as well. I know it was massive for him when he moved to.
Selling Bellingham as well. Let's use that.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, so I think it makes more sense for them to keep him for at least one more year and then maybe move him on, but it's stupid to do it. Now, I wouldn't mind if they did it because there'll be more of a shambles.
Henderson isn't the guy that will complain if he sits on the bench. He isn't that guy. Yeah. He'll be okay with it.
Facts.
I feel like he's too vital for the dressing room, and I know you got to change over at some point. I just think you got to have these people sometimes in and around the team that is a leader. Like, I think Van Dijk is definitely one to show people around that he comes across as a very nice character as well. He's one
Henderson
of them.
will get in your face.
Firmino doesn't remind me of that type of person, but that's all we can go off is their personality on the field, right?
Who's his successor? McAllister, yeah? Is that what they're saying?
I think Szoboszlai is going to be
Szoboszlai, yeah.
successor.
Okay.
But I think for one more season, since Milner's gone, I think Klopp might have struggled with the dressing room last year, especially with all the young people coming in. It's obviously a different type of breed of youngsters these days, egos and stuff. I just feel like one more season, you could see Henderson out. You know, like I think Thiago should just go anyways. I just think he's just never available. But when he's available, he's quality, I suppose. But you want to rake up some money, then there's some money there. Go get another midfielder, and then maybe just let him go. It depends because it's a techie situation. Because Henderson, half the fan base loves him, and half the fan base don't like him. Now, half the fan base that do like him, obviously, will understand why he should stay. And again, he is a Liverpool legend, whether you like it or not. He's one of their legends now. So one of their best captains, if not the best captain ever in the Premier League era. So yeah, I just feel like I just don't understand why you want Henderson out before Thiago. Just because of dressing room stuff and all that kind of stuff. I think it's way more important, especially when you need to keep going in a season, you know, especially if you want to go win Europa League and keep going for the top 4. I think he's that guy, you know. So I get footballing ability. Thiago is way better than Henderson will ever be, but it just depends how you look about it. And also, how much English players do they have? The quota, they still have to hit a quota.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, man.
Sure.
Someone said Arsenal news. Did something happen? Have I missed something? I'm trying.
Guys, what Arsenal news? Let me know what Arsenal news in the chat, please. Guys, let us know now. What Arsenal news? If there are news.
If it's positive, then share it. If not, it's all right.
I'm trying to look now. I haven't seen much. There's a super chat here as well. If we're going to talk about Arsenal quickly, Harvey says, "Is Balogun really better than Eddie? I've been watching him since his days at Boreham Wood. Good striker, but Eddie's more proven. Plus French league tax. I don't know."
Nah, he's better than Eddie, bro. Let's not do that.
Yeah,
he's got more to his game than Eddie.
I think he's got a higher ceiling than him, 100%, and he's hungry. You gotta like players that are hungry, unless they're called Harry Maguire, who's trying to do up PR with Ricardo Carvalho. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing for?
Is he actually?
Yeah, he is. Like, that's gonna make a difference. If you're 21, like, I'd understand, but you're 29 or something, 30 years old, like, I don't care anymore. Get out of my club, bro. We don't want you to fight. You know, he's regarded as fifth choice, but as fifth choice centre back behind Luke Shaw. 80 million pounds to be regarded as a fifth choice midfield centre back. Get the hell out of here, man.
No respect for your captain, Kaz. That's wrong.
He's our captain. He's got stripped.
Has he actually been stripped officially?
Yeah, he's gonna be stripped. He's been done stripped.
It's not happened yet.
I think
club website.
Casemiro wants it and Bruno Fernandes wants it. So yeah, I ain't seen a lot of Arsenal news. We put in timestamps so you can watch it back. There's nothing else to really report on today. You're going to be back tonight at 10 o'clock with Daps, myself, maybe Mo if he's allowed back home. And maybe another and I believe Monts as well. So that should be interesting. And that debate topic is yet to be known because we don't want to let anything out. But guys, make sure you like the video. Let me post your channel as well.
Appreciate
Kunle.
you, bro.
So if you want to subscribe to Kunle, here we go. Look, I posted it right now. It's in the pinned as well. If you want to give him a check out, Arsenal channel, and he does do other stuff with like Deji. So sometimes it's Arsenal versus basically chaos. It's chaos.
Yeah, check us 9 p.m. tomorrow. North London rivals.
Yeah, man. Big up everyone that's here. Big up Mo. Make sure you like the video on your way out as well. And here is the outro.